What are you guys talking about? What's the topic of conversation this evening in the Longhouse?
Valley, Ingrid, and Gurney?
So
Yeah. So Valley is the man with the greasy smile and the hair and the like holes in his teeth. Ingrid is a beautiful young woman, probably like 22, 23, voluptuous, flowing blonde hair that's in like perfect ringlets that frame a heart-shaped face. There's talk sort of around the camp already. People are starting to call her Ingrid the Fair. And then Gurney is kind of a darker complexioned woman. She's just like much more tanned, a little bit older. She's got like clear sort of like laugh lines around her eyes. Her hair is like jet black, but still very thick and wavy. And she wears like dark clothes, sort of like shrouding her body.
So I grab a big tankard and I fill it with some mead and I hand it over to Valley and then I start pouring some for the women. And I look at him and I say, "So Valley, what made you dislike this king so much that you wanted to come to the free land?"
Yeah, Valley, he sort of like drains a large quaff from his mug, slams it down on the table, says, well, he killed my brother, didn't he? Snorri, a good man, a good father to my boy here, Olaf, and his sister, Helga, wherever she is. That bastard. Can't believe what he did to my family line.
Yes, it is a shame when the kings tend to get too greedy and want everything for themselves. They anger the gods.
Aye, it's not fair. A man should be able to have what's rightfully his and grow it and profit from it. That's God-given right.
So tell me how you managed to collect these people. Who are these? Is everyone part of your family, or?
No, just some friends from here and there. Knew them from raiding days, and the women. Well, when you look like me, sometimes you just got a couple people hanging on.
Yes, indeed, I know that all too well.
Your wife Gunhild sort of goes.
Yeah. It's like weird. So I look over at Gurney, or is it Gurney? Gurney.
Gurney.
Yeah.
Gurney. And so I say, do you have any children? Did you leave anyone behind as well, or?
Ingrid sort of like she like reaches back and like fluffs up her hair as she's looking at you, and she says, "No, I haven't had any children yet. I haven't known the pleasures of a man yet."
I like kind of stop eating my food for a moment and look over at her, and then like chug some more whatever we're drinking.
Mead, probably. Yeah, sure.
Sure, yeah.
That is the truest man roleplay moment ever. No, I've never had sex before. Bro. Perfect, Maggie.
I look
I know,
over.
I
I look
got you.
over at Eamon and I raise an eyebrow at him, and I'm just like,
Hey, I'm single. Don't judge.
It's true.
so.
I'm just like, and I go back to drinking some more.
So, what did you bring with you that made you, are you prepared to build a house and start a farm? How ready are you? Do you know what you need?
Yeah, Valley sort of like, he looks back to the ground, and he scuffs the ground with his foot a little bit, and then Ingrid sort of looks at him. She says, "This buffoon didn't pack anything of worth that would help us establish a farm here. He didn't know what he was doing, but it was better for us to leave Norway and come here, even with nothing." And he sort of like, his face flushes red. He looks at her. He says, "Hey, watch your tongue, woman. I'll show you to put it to better use."
Whoa, wait, who's he saying this to? I was too busy.
He's saying it to Ingrid the Fair.
Yeah.
Who said this to her?
Valley.
Valley.
Yeah.
So,
All right. I'm not phased.
I look
just
at
keep
I look
doing
at
my
Gurney,
shit.
and I'm expecting some kind of reaction from her on this. What's her facial expression like?
You notice she's not entirely paying attention to the conversation. She's kind of, just like eating her dinner quietly. Looking around a little bit just to sort of see who's around, what the interior is like. She's just kind of taking it in.
And Gurney, what did you do back in Norway?
She sort of like she pauses for a moment, sort of looks around for a bit, thinks, says, "I was a fishmonger."
Oh, were you? So there is definitely use for you here. You could fish in the river that we reside by. That would be ideal for you, I would imagine.
She sort of looks at Valley, and he's just sort of like glaring around the table, and then she looks back at
I
you.
kind of back up Rovik and I'm like, yes, there are many lakes, many rivers. Our lands are quite plenty in the waters.
Yeah, she sort of nods. She says, "Yes, I suppose I could make a fair living fishing these rivers, but I would not want to abandon my friends here."
Oh, who says you have to?
Like Poseidon is like one of the gods that they have within it, right?
I think
Or, like,
Poseidon
Who would be the
is
water god that they or, like,
Roman.
Roman?
I don't think there's a specific
'Cause the
god
Roman
of
came-
waters.
Uh,
Let's see.
I think it was actually Thor who
Norse
held
god
Because
of
I know
the
Thor would, like,
sea.
the dips, but I don't know for sure.
The main sea god was a god named Aegir.
Aegir, okay.
Yeah, not entirely.
Yeah, I didn't want to get
not
it
as
wrong,
well
so I was
known.
like,
Wow, chat is on point and just.
oh, are they all like
answering right
Aegir?
away.
I'm like, I don't know. I was like, is
guys.
it Greek or Roman? I don't know who it is. Okay. Hey, dude, I don't know all these things. Don't judge
There
me.
are many, many.
I'm gonna get
Norse
so much
gods
hate.
of the
Okay.
sea.
Lots of-
There's
lots of
many Norse
pantheons.
gods of the sea.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, and I'm clearly very, very wrong. Whatever one, I'm like has basically everyone like the chat is just going crazy. I'm like has
Or your mythology.
gifted us quite well. I'm like perhaps you were fated to be here, as Rovik has suggested.
Valley sort of he looks at the two of you, says, "Hey, you trying to steal away my women? We can make it on our own. Thank you very much. Your hospitality is much welcome, but we don't need your welfare. We don't need your support. I'm a man, just like any other men. Any of you here at the table."
Valley.
You
for
do
you
not
ladies.
provide these
Valley,
waters.
Valley,
It is the
Valley.
gods that provide them.
Do
Perhaps
not-
it is your fate to be here as well.
And it is not in our place to want to take your women. These are merely suggestions for how you can survive here now that you're in the free land.
Yeah, he looks back at his mug. He says, "Oh, I don't see why we need that. We can make it just fine on our own." Goes back to drinking.
Tell me about
I
your
need to
friends,
drink.
Valley. The two that you that are at your camp. Are they also skilled with such things like fishing or hunting?
He sort of perks up. He says, "Oh yeah, that's those are my huskarls. They take good care of me. They strong sword arms, coal and kettle. Good men.
Coal and kettle.
Yeah, they have been with me for a long time. Cole's my brother. Kettle is he's a good friend. He owes Cole a debt. Cole saved him once in the heat of battle, and follows him everywhere. So they decided to come with me here, Iceland. In case that wasn't clear.
Well, it is great to have new neighbors. Do you imagine yourself staying by that creek or venturing further inland where there is more game?
Oh yeah, no, that creek is a really nice spot. I think would be a really good spot for a farmstead. Set up there, fish the waters, maybe gather some wood from the forest nearby and clear it. Maybe make a nice field. Would be good. Ingeborg, what do you think when you hear all this?
I'm just kind of ignoring it, and I'm just kind of glad that Olaf's okay, and I'm just like busy trying to catch up with Olaf and really like find out why he didn't come back and talk to me, because
Yeah.
I trusted him a lot to come back.
Like, are you trying to like entice him? I mean, it doesn't necessarily need to be like enticing him with your body, right? But like, enticing him with his duty to you, that sort of thing.
Oh,
Don't
I
you
see.
have a
Yeah.
bond with him too? You could use that to like see inside, like
Yeah,
insight into
totally.
like what
You
he's
can-
thinking.
You can look into his heart and see.
Yeah.
Do I have a bond with him? I don't.
He's your
I don't,
son,
I don't
right?
know if you do. That's why I asked.
Oh, you got a bond for that. Then.
Let me take a look here. Ingeborg, no, you don't actually have that relationship with him. You have a relationship with Helga, where you and she share a secret, which we should figure
yeah.
out at what point what that secret is. But yes, yeah,
All right.
you don't have a bond with him.
Yeah. Yeah, I talked to him and I'm just like, what were you thinking, like, going off? And then just, you made everyone worry and it's not like you and, like, what's gotten into you.
Yeah, I mean, he feels a little bit sheepish about what he did and, making you guys all come out in full battle regalia to come rescue him or whatever. So he's pretty open about, what happened. He was off fishing in the river, trying to see if he could find his friend. What is it? Is it Ref that he's friends with? I think so. Seeing if he could find Ref to just go wrestle or practice swordplay with. And then he found these guys and they came up on him of a sudden. But then he recognized Valley and Valley recognized him and they had a really happy reunion and he just got carried away and they were so funny. It's only been like a day, right? It's not like it's been a long, long time. But he feels pretty sheepish about it, especially that, everybody got all worried about him. Maybe he even feels a little.
Started a war, man.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
a little worried about him. We almost duked it out with some people.
He might feel a little embarrassed that y'all all thought that he was so in danger that you took up arms to go rescue him. I mean, he's like 20 years old, right?
Yeah.
Olaf, yeah, he's 20. Yeah.
But he's
But
a
he's one
person
of
of
us.
value, right? Like he's not just the ward of Ingeborg, but which is obviously like somebody that everybody would respect, but he's also he's the son of someone very powerful back in the motherland, right? So
Yeah. I mean,
think,
that person is dead now, but yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not
Totally.
so important.
I don't know. I was kind of just really worried because Ingeborg was really worried, and then I got really worried. It was like an effect.
Yeah.
It's like she's cool.
Y'all all
Women
worried each
say
other into a
things like
frenzy.
God
Yeah.
damn women. Ah.
So speaking of the women, Hilda, what's your reaction to all of this here?
I wouldn't be there, would I? I wouldn't be present at this because if Grim is staying up to guard them, then I would try to stay out of sight, but up there near where he was, because I can't. I am. It's part of my character. I can't leave him.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah. If you want to sort of camp out and surprise Grim.
Well, I don't want to be I don't want him to think that I'm there. I just want to be up in that same hilly area
General
we were
area?
at before. Yeah.
Yeah.
Up in the forest overlooking the gully, just to make sure he's going to be okay. So I wouldn't have left. Also, I probably wouldn't have headed back because then I would have had to been like, so your damn kid stole my effing money and ran off with some other. So this point is a point of pride not to be around anyone
Yeah.
and mention that.
That's fair.
No, Thora
Totally.
stole your money, right?
Yeah.
Yes, Thora.
Does
Thora is
anyone know
not
where
anyone's
she's
daughter.
like
That's
at?
here, right?
Is it
Well, technically, she's also the ward of. Wait, Thora is. Yeah, Thora
She's the
is
shield maiden.
Olaf's sister, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's Helga.
No, that's Helga.
Yeah, that's Helga.
That's Helga.
It's like
Yeah.
Days of Our Lives on this
no.
friggin' thing.
Thora
It is. I feel you, Shannon.
Thora's,
But the only reason
Rovik's
why I
cousin.
remember is because, Thora is like your cousin. Or is
Yes.
Ref's cousin.
Yes,
So
and
she's your
no.
niece.
No.
Apparently,
Thora
Thora is my cousin.
Yeah, Thora
Yeah.
is
Apparently.
your cousin who's in love with Ref. Yes.
That doesn't make
Yep.
any sense. I thought Helga was in love with Ref.
This is actually it was the GM messing up the connections and then rolling with it. So
But I was right? Because I was like, I'm the one who's in love with Thor. That's why I was like, what is happening? Why is she all googly-eyed over Ref?
there's also like just because you're in love with her doesn't mean she's in
for
love with
sure.
you.
I get you, son. That's why I was
So-
all like peanut butter jelly.
Yep,
Now you all
totally.
understand. Just
So
as
it's fine.
is.
You can be as peanut butter jelly as you want, and that makes a lot of sense. So
I get it
for the
Although-
official record, it is Thora and Ref.
Ingrid's looking pretty good right now.
Okay.
Ingrid is looking
I'm getting
pretty
kind of a
You
little
are
drunk.
so thirsty. Drink
I
more
am
tea.
thirsty.
You
I
are,
haven't,
yeah.
I haven't had a lady in a little bit, and I'm getting a little drunk. So
Yeah.
just
Wow, what is Maggie?
Just kidding.
What are you implying?
I just want a
Wow.
lady.
Wow. I just want to lay I'm getting real drunk. Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa.
Back on the
Maggie.
Icelanders just took an HBO turn.
You become
Hey,
a man for a day
Everyone
and
warned
suddenly
everyone.
it's like,
This is gonna be rated M. Just deal.
Totally.
If anyone's
right.
gonna make it rated M, I'm gonna do it.
Hilda, I want to see what's happening with you in the mountains.
How you doing,
All right.
Hilda? No, I'm just kidding.
So like you're not in the mountains, but in the north, up to the north, sort of near the camp of the interlopers. So like you're not right near Grim. You're not with him.
Right.
Okay. But can you see him? Are you nearby? Where are you?
Would Ari have gone back, or could I have convinced him to stay and scout with me? Or would he have gone back?
If you would like to convince him to stay and scout with you, you would need to entice him.
Well, gross. So I have a question.
You
Gross.
scum.
Coming from the self-proclaimed super hussy. Wow.
Look,
Here's the thing.
Jesse,
Here's what I've learned.
Super
Here's what I've learned about men and women so far while playing this. Maggie taking on the role of a man is like, I'm gonna fuck everything. I become a woman and I'm like,
Hey,
ew,
hey,
no.
drink.
No. Like
my body is my temple, okay?
I no. Even though my backstory is I just banged everyone, but no.
yes.
Jesse's
So here-
like, I have made an epiphany. My life is changing. I'm going to become a
my life
nun
is
now.
It's not really an epiphany. It's something I already knew. I mean, you didn't teach me anything different about men. I'm pretty sure I knew that already. But
My character. Never mind. Let's go on.
but my question is, would we have the information that oh my goodness, Amon found like the whole well, this is some stuff that isn't something's wrong with these people. Would that have been relayed to all of us or just
No.
Arovic?
It's my intuition, and the only person I told was Vlad.
All right, then
My
never mind.
intention
I
is
don't
to
need
tell
Ari there.
Rovic, but he's been all up in their grill, and I haven't had a chance to talk to him yet.
Yeah, all right. So then Ari would have gone back. There's no because I was
But
like,
I did tell Vlad to ask Ari to join. I said that, but I don't think Steven may have heard.
Yeah.
I asked Vlad to ask Ari to join him.
You asked Vlad. You asked Vlad, but then Grim sort of spoke up, and he was like, "Hey, wait a minute.
Yeah,
I'm gonna stay."
that's true.
So Grim sort of interrupted, and he was like, "No, this is on me. I got this, y'all. I'm
That's
the
true.
big guy. I'm gonna take care of this." Yeah. Okay.
right. But I am not privy to any of the conversation that was had.
No.
All right. Okay. So yeah, all I'm doing is just watching Grim then.
Okay. So you're sort of looking out at him.
Yeah, just in the forest, trying to lay low, and trying to hide and not actually be seen by Grim and the people that he's with.
Yeah. Okay. Hilda, you hear the snap of a leaf or a twig or something behind you.
I assume I'm perched up near a tree. Yes. Can we say that?
Totally. Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. So I get down, get down in as small as possible, and try to not make any noise in the hopes that whatever it is will walk past me.
Yeah. Okay. You just sort of crouch, and there's a man, and it's pretty dark. So big guy. He's got a big axe and a shield, and he's walking like maybe 10 feet away from you, and he's walking over towards Grim.
All right, I don't move yet. I just sit there and watch.
Yeah, okay. As he passes as close as he's going to get to you, you recognize like his face from the glint of the firelight at the camp. It's Scum.
Okay, so I think it's very weird that Scum is there, but it's not out of character because these guys they're all like we're like blood brothers and sister. Like we've been through a lot of shit together. So I imagine he's doing the same thing I am. And I imagine he thinks that he's too clever not to get discovered too. So I don't like shout at him because I don't want to ruin my location and have noise in the forest. So I just watch him too.
Yeah. Okay. He sort of approaches over near where Grim is sort of like standing. Sort of like I guess like where do you think Grim is watching over these two men who are like sitting by their campfire?
I would imagine he's near the weapons. I would assume.
So he's actually like with them. They know he's there.
Yeah. Because didn't they set up at the beginning like, hey, Grim's going to stay with your guys? Sure,
that makes sense. Okay, so yeah, he's there. Like Scum is just sort of like he's crouching down, like behind some rocks on the other side of the stream, and then he goes down along the edge of the stream, and then you see him sort of walking back on the other side, like he crossed a ways away down the stream from these guys.
Was any of it suspicious, or was he just doing the same kind of sneaking and skulking that I'm doing?
Like he seems like he's moving to a specific location.
All right,
but do you have a bond with Scum?
No,
you don't.
With Scum. No. I decide to move closer to where Scum is at, but not too close that I can still visibly see him like that distance, but not close enough where I'm like right up on him.
Yeah, okay. I mean, like he's across the stream. The stream's just like 10 feet wide or something like that. But you can like be crouching down on this side, basically directly across the stream from him. If you like threw a rock or went like, psst, hey, Scum, like he'd probably hear you or feel it or whatever. You could get his attention if you wanted.
All right.
And you guys are both far enough away from the camp that you're not gonna like become apparent if you do it stealthily.
All right, I will chuck a rock at a meteor part of his body, not wood or a helmet or anything, so I can try and get his attention.
Yeah, you chuck a rock and you hit him in the calf. He goes, ah, shit. And then he he's sort of looking around. He sees you crouched on the other side. He peers through the darkness. He says, Hilda, what are you doing here?
And then I sort of like do the like shh, keep it down kind of symbol, and then and then signal him to come over to me.
Yeah, he sort of he looks around a little bit, rolls his shoulders, walks back along the stream the way he came, and then he comes back approaching you from this side. He comes over, he crouches next to you. He says, Hilda, what are you doing here? It's not safe for you out here alone.
And I look back at him and I'm like, it's not safe for you out here alone either. Good thing we're together.
He sort of chuckles. He says, yeah, that's very true. It is a nice night, is it not?
Oh shit! Is he hitting on you?
I look up at the stars or whatever I see, probably clouds.
Yeah.
And I just look back at him and I'm like, it is night. And then I look back down at Grim and I'm like, he's like, we have more important things to do. And
he sort of, he looks at the ground. He says, don't see. Everything seems fine. I think Grim is all right. We could step away for a moment. It's been some time, Hilda.
Ooh. Hilda, what's going on, girl? He's like, I don't remember you. Which one were you? I can't even count on my I don't even
All right. So, I smile like a little smirk, and I'm like, you of all people know, I like to have fun like the rest of you, but now is not the time. Our friend has been assigned a task with people that are suspicious at best. If you want this, then help me protect that, and I point at Grim.
Yeah,
She's like, if you want any of this, boy, you gotta protect that.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Maggie.
No problem. I got you, Jesse.
Yeah.
he smiles and he says, Hilda, for the love I bear you, I will protect Grim's life with my own. I swear it on my axe. Listen, Hilda, why don't you head home? Get a good night's rest. I can take this watch. Grim and I will make certain that these men get up to no harm. Their weapons will stay right here. And when the others come back, we will continue our watch into the night. No harm will become anyone here this evening.
I say to him, we've been through so much, you and I, and these men together. I would rather die than leave him or you or Bjorn. And then I pause and I say, speaking of, where is Bjorn?
Oh, Bjorn is back at the Longhouse. He was having a good enough time eating his meat and his mead. I didn't want to pull him away.
I say, I'll keep that in mind for later, and give him like a little flirty like glance, and then sort of like rest myself back on the shield.
Yeah.
I'm like, psh, and I just keep looking forward.
Yeah. You see across the way that Grim sort of stands up. He's sort of shifting around, has his hands like on his belt, whatever. You can't hear what he's saying, but he's saying something to the other two guys. And then he walks sort of around the fire and back sort of over where Scum had been crouched. And you just hear this like heavy stream of pee pouring into the stream. And then, he pulls everything back up, ties it back tight, walks back to the camp.
Jesse was impressed with that length of...
Yeah, it was long, dude. It was like 75 straight seconds of peeing, like where it's just like it keeps going and you're like, when is this going to end? And then it keeps going and you're like, no, seriously, when is this going to... You know how that happens, right? Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
I got you, bro.
Exactly. Speaking of Eamon.
So, I'm also peeing. Coincidentally, it's like Peaceception.
Yeah?
The camera pans back at me. I'm like outside of the longhouse.
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
my
totally.
thing.
Just
no, it's a fade. It's a fade. So he's
it's a fade for one.
So we have like one pee and then the other pee.
And then it fades back.
And you were the one peeing. Yes.
I'm the one peeing.
Yeah. Okay, good. I like that cut there. That's good. You're letting your thing fly and relieving yourself. And
let's not get carried away, Steven.
Ingrid comes walking around the house.
Oh shit. I'm like putting that shit away, zipping it up. Well, maybe I let it hang out for a little bit so she gets a little glance, and then I zip it up. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. She glances.
Shannon's face. I like just watching Shannon's reaction. She's like, "What's going on?" Because she like can't contain her expressions. I love it.
She says, Eamon, you are the huskarl, yes? For Master Rovik?
Indeed.
Is that challenging work?
At times.
What do you do around?
I kind of like lean on my axe as I like put it on the ground, like you should not do, but I'm doing it right now just to kind of like show it off. Yeah.
She says, "What do you do around the house here?"
I train the locals.
You train them
in the army.
In the arts of combat?
Yes.
She like reaches out and like puts a hand on your bicep and squeezes.
I like extra, like I like, you know, like a little bit. I don't make it obvious that I'm flexing, but I kind of do it, you know.
Yeah, she like squeezes you. It's like ooh, and then she like laughs, and her laughter is very musical and very
I love it. I'm just like,
yeah.
I kind of also Shannon's turning red. I love this. And then I also kind of put out a little chuckle.
Yeah, she says, Eamon, would you like to come with me? I have a precious jewel I could show you.
It's her vagina.
I'm sorry. Shannon just like I like pick up my axe and I like kind of like holster it, and I'm like, a jewel, you say?
Yes. Would you like to see it?
I nod.
All right. She like grabs you by the hand and starts leading you off into the darkness. And I think that's where we should take our next break.
Oh my god.
So come back in 5 minutes. We'll go into the last hour.
You are so desperate to get someone laid. It's unbelievable.
Hey, look, guys, like we got like
tonight.
DM pimp. He's just like, oh,
new
yeah,
people
come and
meeting
get it.
new
it's
people.
Just being given out. You
Look,
know,
like everybody wants to
Gems.
get some. It's
Gems
okay.
for all.
Yeah.
Keyword here, guys. Gems.
Dude, Krender, when we come back, it's gonna be all Valley all over, you know, Ingeborg. It's gonna be like, so you and me, we're kind of like, you know,
Don't lie.
we're kind of the
Yes,
same.
And
just pan
Express
over to him.
fortune
I would
cookie.
love that. That's
It
funny.
says, be assertive and you will win.
Hey, there you go. All right, 5-minute break. We'll come back in 5 minutes and finish up the last hour of Sagas of the Icelanders. Don't
with
go
the
anywhere.
DM
God, that was
pimp.
funny.
Yep.
Yeah.
DM pimpin'.
Big pimpin'.